Hello there. It's springtime. It's supposed to be springtime. It is like 30 some degrees out here. As they say, welcome to springtime in central Pennsylvania. Also, welcome to my channel. I am the Giant Rat. This is a daily weekly or semi-daily. It's not really daily anymore, is it? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to another week. That's what, 3 welcomes? Now 4. Welcome to another week. Let's make it a 5. I hope your week has gotten off to a really good start. I hope things are going really well for you so far. I don't know why, but people around me, including myself, have had a string of really rough weeks lately. Not really major troubling things, just like mentally draining, and I don't know, there's something about spring. I think the thing with spring, people always look forward to spring, including me. Springtime just brings with it a whole other set of responsibilities and problems, because if you have a yard, you gotta work in the yard. You gotta, people do spring cleaning at the beginning, so they start cleaning their houses and doing all this other stuff. Oh, it gets exhausting with all the other stuff. So in wintertime, you get to do those things. You try and find things to occupy your time in wintertime. Sometimes those things carry over into springtime. At the beginning of spring, you have the leftover winter stuff that you're still working on, or that you haven't trained yourself to let go until next winter. You have the spring stuff. Some people, they love working out in the yard and doing all that stuff. They got the green thumb. I hate it. I hate it. My dad used to make me clean stuff up in the yard and do all this kind of stuff. I hated it when I was a kid. There's something in my brain that was probably conditioned from that makes me hate yard work. I like the results of it. I like the way nice yards look, and I like the nice trees and the nice plants and the flowers and all that kind of stuff. I hate getting to the point of putting that stuff in. I'm not good at it. I don't like the upkeep. I just want simplicity. Just grass everywhere would be fine with me. I was given an already completed canvas when I moved into my home. I've let it go over the years. It's a mess. At some point, I'm gonna have a lot of work on my hands to tear everything up and just put grass down. That's all I want, grass. The person, when I'm dead and gone, whoever comes next, they want to do all kinds of wonderful, beautiful things and create this wonderful tapestry of flowers and all this other stuff. They can have at her. That's typically how we get to this stuff, is like this stream of consciousness conversational thing. We just start talking, and whatever comes up we talk about. So anyways, so far my week, for me it's Monday, for you it's Tuesday. So far my week is very early. It's been okay. I can't complain too much. Other people around me are like, oh, this week it's just already off to a rough start. Who knows what the week will bring. I hope for you that it's off to a great start. I hope you had a good Monday. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. If you are, then the rest of your week, the tone's been set. You're going to have a great week. No doubt there. Let's talk a little bit about what we did this weekend. I put up this really interesting video of Pirates of the Caribbean from Walt Disney World and from Disneyland. I did like a side-by-side comparison where I could, and I thought that was kind of cool. I had a lot of fun making that. It took some time, but I love the rides on both coasts. I do love Disneyland's a little bit better. I think it's a superior attraction. Actually tells a complete story. That's what I like about it. I think the one here in the East Coast is, it's like the Cliff's Notes version. If you know what Cliff's Notes are, it's the Cliff's Notes version of Pirates of the Caribbean. But anyways, that's what I did on Saturday. On Sunday, I was going to put up a Hollywood Studios video. I decided to, instead, on Saturday, we impulsively decided to drive down to Hershey Park and spend a couple hours there, and that's what the video is yesterday. I posted it super late, so nobody probably saw it. Nobody will even care, but I thought it was kind of a fun, decent video. We had a good time. It was just a chill day. We got on the I think it's called Dry Gulch Railroad, the little train they have there. And then we got on the Reese's Cup Fusion. Is that what it's called? Reese's Cup Fusion. It's basically like a clone of the Buzz Lightyear type attractions where you shoot a gun at a target, shoot a laser at a target and stuff. They have all kinds of kind words to call it something else. It's a gun. You hold it, you pull the trigger, it's a gun. You try and shoot these targets and you shoot at screens. The deal, if you've ever been to a theme park within the last 20 years, most theme parks have something like that. It's fun. The version is fun. That's the first time we rode it. The Dry Gulch Railroad, I haven't ridden in probably 30 years. It was kind of nice to get back on there. We didn't really do anything else. No coasters. I've gained weight. I don't even know if I can fit on most of the coasters at this point. But I'll see as we go into season. I'll see what I can get on. Really disappointed in that I had said early in that video, if you watch it, I mentioned I really like that content creators can film freely without getting copyright stuff and get hit with copyright stuff in the park. And then I put the video up and I get ready to post it and I get a copyright thing. There's some stupid song in there in the video that I picked up. I think it's when I'm looking at one of the costumed characters. I walk by and there's this loud, obnoxious music playing with this loud, obnoxious voice, and I'm like, I know that's not copyright because that song is really something. I get this copyright thing. Then I had to put something over it, and I'm like, I'm so sick and tired of this copyright thing on YouTube. I am just done. I can't tell you how many videos I have that are not monetized, and I'm not monetized, period. Will never be monetized because they have some stupid copyright music on it from a ride or something like that. People like Disney puts out ride music and they copyright it and put it on albums or something, and so then what is the content creator doing with that? You can't even have that on there. If you're a content creator on a ride, you're just doing it. It's all chopped up. What are you doing with it? You're not making money off of you're making money off of the experience itself. Right? And you're not making money off of the music on the attraction or in the park. If you go over now, I think it's 10 seconds or 15 seconds. They tell you 30, but that's a bunch of BS. Or 20, they say. That's a bunch of BS. Because I didn't even have 20 seconds worth of that obnoxious song. But what I've decided to get into the habit of, I'm going to put some silly, stupid, goofy music, non-copyright music over that goofy whatever it is when I get copyright. That way everyone understands this is more of the YouTube goofiness stuff with the copyright protection. So enough of that. Anyways, that thing really bothers me when it comes to stuff because it limits your creativity. You're not trying to make money off of their music. Most of the time you don't even know. It's not like somebody's laying tracks down coming off your video based on their songs or anything. It's just the whole thing is so stupid and ridiculous. It is what it is. So apart from that, I had that conversation, very long conversation. I don't blame anyone for not listening to the whole thing. The gist of it was, I'm not really getting any traction on these types of videos and stuff. They're really nice conversational pieces with all of you. I'm I'm not gaining a lot of traction on a lot of stuff. Part of it is because of the algorithm that has to do with YouTube and how they assign a video what niche it belongs in. It's not a dynamic system whatsoever. It's a very simplistic, single-focused system. A lot of these content creators that are complaining over the years, recently, over the last few years, are complaining about losing viewers and eyeballs and stuff. And a lot of that has to do with this simplistic system, which directs videos into singular niches. They've tried to do a few things over the years, like open up categories and stuff like that. I only know this speaking purely from a marketing standpoint. So they've tried to do a few things to fool the algorithm. I fully think that the algorithm is completely out of control from YouTube and Google. Like, they can't do anything about it. They integrated the system. It is so crucial to their systems that they can't get rid of it, and they cannot control it any longer. There's a good documentary about this very type of thing on Netflix. It has more to do with Facebook and how Facebook's AI is completely out of control. I think this is probably what's going on when it comes to YouTube. Only out of control is a little strong as far as the wording there. I think they have ropes on it. I think they didn't expect it to completely isolate all content into individual niches. Now, the advantage of that is that smaller creators like me, if I focus on one single niche, I could get more viewers. The disadvantage is that I can't do multi-layered content like history and theme park content and stuff like that has to be separated out. So the adventure category that they are actually missing, that would be so huge, because what is that, rock climbing, right? Going on a walk out in the desert. That would be so huge. I mean, there's a lot of complications. It's a complicated issue. My decision and my thought process coming out of that video, I was trying to decide, okay, how do I do this? Do I take my adventure content, my history content, and put it on one of my other YouTube channels, one of my dead ones? Or do I go to another format, another platform, and I do something there? And then have this just be for mostly theme park type stuff? So far, I haven't made a solid decision. I'm kind of leaning in a direction. I'm leaning on taking at least the history stuff and moving it to another format, to another place, not YouTube. Specifically, I don't know yet. I'm looking at other places. One of them is, what's that one where one of them is Rumble. Rumble's one. Rumble seems to have a very integrated and linear algorithm. It's a lot more human driven. I understand there's different weird politics and stuff that people don't dig on there. I get it. I totally get it. The way they handle their business is actually pretty good, I think. It's very similar to how business was handled in the earlier days of YouTube. And like, creators can get paid right away there. Again, I don't care about that. I'm not going to make a mint off of this. I'm not going to make a career out of this. It seems to me like they really have their stuff together as far as the way they treat their creators and the type of things that they do in that regard. I'm considering that. There's always the TikTok option and just going shorts, doing really short blurbs. I mean, I have an audience on TikTok. Again, it's like I'm pigeonholed into theme parks on there worse than I am on YouTube. I don't mind TikTok. It's gotten out of control with the sales stuff and all that kind of stuff. They won't push you anymore unless you're selling stuff. You know what? That's not my thing. I can't do that. It's not my thing. Selling, direct products like that and stuff. I don't mind. I used to have a store with Mrs. Rat where we sold secondhand baby clothes and liquidation items that were all kids related stuff, toys and all that kind of stuff. I don't mind doing that kind of thing. But like selling product from a company I even know, pushing it out and not having a true and test, there's just a whole thing. I'm not comfortable with doing that. I don't want to do it. Anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with that whole situation. It's Tuesday. I wanted to chime in, wanted to stop in, say hello, talk a little bit about that, where I was at, how things went this weekend. Looking forward, definitely for Sunday, you're going to see that final Disney World video coming up. It was my last day there. It'll be the Hollywood Studios thing. On Saturday, not sure yet. The next video, we'll talk a little bit about that. Maybe this whole concept will evolve a little bit about what I'm doing with the history thing. And I'm not leaving this channel. I'm still going to do this type of thing. I'm still going to do the theme park stuff. It's just I think if I go full theme park on this channel, I'm going to have to do some of these conversational things a little bit, Bill. I'll have to throw some theme park stuff in there just to keep me flowing with the algorithm. And I may do nothing. Maybe I leave everything the way it is and just say, yeah, screw it, this is what I wanted to do, and I'm not going to change things. I have people, companies, or I don't want to say companies, I have individuals that have reached out and been like, if you did this and you did that on this video, how about a conference call and we'll help you do this and do that. I appreciate that. You do your thing. You do your grind for what your business is. I think it's a pretty awesome business to do those types of things and help people create. You should get paid for helping people do that. I'm a Gen Xer. I come from the DIY generation. Come hell or high water and stubbornness and all that stuff being what they are, and the fact that I have my own marketing degree, the things that you're going to tell me, I already know. It's not about doing those things to the system and saying, yeah, I'm going to get really big and I'm going to do this. That's never what this channel has been about. This channel's always been about trying some things, experimenting with some things. Most importantly, trying to form a relationship and a community with other people. And that's what this has been about all along. That's what I'm trying to do and where I'd like to be at in a year. This channel is older. It isn't, I haven't been putting the attention to it until January of this year of 2026. Before I just kind of put casual videos up to ramp up to this point. Now I'm putting a little bit more time in and trying to create a community. And again, if I wanted to make money, if this was just about money, I'm not saying that won't be part of the equation in the future. Maybe it will. I'd put a Patreon link up. I'd start doing that and all those types of things. Again, I will never push that stuff. This isn't a sales channel or a marketing channel. I have some ideas. I have one idea that I think would be really fun, and it's unique. It would be fairly unique. I'm thinking about that in the future. It may happen, it may not. You know how it is. Like Adam the Woo used to talk about all kinds of ideas that he had. Occasionally, he would manifest them and make them happen. He would regret them, like the free sticker thing, if any of you were around in that era. I think he loved the meet and greets. He was trying to get back to that. That was another thing that maybe was a little more demanding than what he thought it would be. He still loved it and was trying to get back to it. Do you ever notice I ramble? I just go on and on and on and on about really random stuff, stream of consciousness and stuff. At some point, I gotta step in and grab a hold of myself and say, that's it. That's the video. That's this point right now. That's it. That's the video. That's all we're going to talk about. dreams, grass, and churros. I will be back on Thursday.